mfowimbo aikusha n'abayimba nekobekala nevyali ekita aikwisha olwimbo ati bana bandisungane nikufyala mwafyalwa babiri baba balekanalekana wemwombe kibesa ninani wayimba olwimbo bana bandisungane nefyanjikwishe nanenatire nyakimusimukonda abakwisa ati balifua awashire bula nakambya kaliserete aisakosamo takana mayolebo naye tatana mayolebo naye nayo shera kumakuyamu natila wikoya ulemi pasiya wakae tatana mayolebo naye wamwe chimesanga waimba kalibwa kalibanani nanena tirena Patrick Mumba abakwisa ati balifua naona tulepe aisa ebula nakambya kalibwa aisa posamo aisa ufua imbote ushana wabuwangwa bambi batira lisuya bambi atiniya wamwe chimesanga waimba kalibwa kalibanani natirena tiniye mano omulimena abakwisa ati balifua awe aisa bula nakambya kaliserete aisa posa namo salaula mayo awe salaula mayo salapo wamwe chimesa awaimba salaula kashiri banani ainena tirena tiriteki chilambe abakwisa ati balifua naona tulepema awe aisa mfana kambya kalwimbo kalelila basamu yashamo size 9 yapa kano pamene yako ligalau wamwe chimesanga waimba na lwimbo libanani natirena tibakala mbawesu wakongosi baba kuisa ati balifua awasabula nakambya kaliserete aisa posa namo kwalolo mwela walolo mwela eko twalola mayo walolo mwela eko twalola walolo mwela eko twalola mayo walolo mwela eko twalola wamwe chimesanga waimba kakalibona komibani walolo mwela natirena ati ni Davis Chipampe abakwisa ati balifua awe aisa bula nakambya kaliserete aisa posamo kaberebere bana babu kaberebere byana byabu kaberebere ebunda ibyana byeno kaberebere ibyantolera soko kaberebere ebunda ibyana byeno kaberebere ibyantolera soko kaberebere wamwe chimesanga waimba kaberebere nibanani natirena tinijoni mulemena abakwisa ati balifua naona tulepe awe asabula nakambya kaliserete aisa posamo bose balankabera bose balankabera mayaile bose balankabera mayaile awe chishara we mulomo wake sawimbe kwekibonga kyakwesu ngekita kyaline wonesi wawuge nga kweni kwekibonga yewe wamwe chimesanga wemba nalolimbo nane natirina tipikesha abakwisa atima.
Hello. Good evening, Chiwempala. Good evening, Zambia. Elias Musha here on TVBAKWETU. Today is Boxing Day. That is the 26th day of December, 2021. Believe me, 2021 is almost over. Today being the 26th means you only have 4 more days before we turn into the new year. Now we always try to look at how old we'll be turning in the new year, and surprise, all those who were born in 1992, you are turning 30. 1992, you are turning 30. Those who were born in 1990, you'll be turning 32. If it were Kulanda, because we've passed all those things. So 2022 is a very exciting year for all of you. Those who were born in the year 2000 are 22 are going to turn 22 years old. Amazing. If you want to join me, I am posting my link, and then we are going to just reflect on the year that is going. There'll be several reflections that we are going to be doing, but today is one of them, today being Sunday. And so I know that some of you are having meetings with family have come, or you've gone out to holiday or something like that. That does not prevent you from, coming in for a little bit. Let's have a little bit of a chat and see how 2021 shaped up for you and how you're looking at the next year to come. Okay. But of course, that is the good news, that all those that were born in 1992. Tukadodi, 1992 tukadodi, 1990 tukadodi nomba tuakota. Because sometimes you guys were thinking that, no, these people are very old, shani. So it is now your turn. You 30 years old, 34 years old, and stuff like that. Although all of you in the 90s, you're welcome. That is the cycle of life. All right. Okay, so that is my my link there. Let's look at some of the comments that you have, and then I am also going to take the time to recognize those who have stood with us as TVBAKWETU. And by standing with us, I mean those that have become members of our channel, both on YouTube and on Facebook, on the Elias Munsha Facebook page. And I just want to recognize you here. All right. So that's the link. I can see that Shadrach Chosen Changwe is listening to the music. Nakulunaku is calling Priscilla Tebe. Priscilla Tebe, you are being called here to come and listen to TVBAKWETU. So please do so. Show up quickly. Mavis Singosa always like this music, eh? It's quite nice. Because in this song it brings all the genres together. I like Zambian music, particularly the old one, because first of all, I don't run into a lot of copyright issues. If you played some of the modern music, you are in trouble. Your channel is in trouble. So I try to stay away from there, and I go for the old Kalindula, because for some reason that old Kalindula is not copyrighted. It's not protected. I don't know what happens. Anyway, Facebook and YouTube do not have a problem with it. That's why I play it. The other thing is the rich culture that it has, right? A lot of rich culture, and that's what I like. Chandanake have dropped a new song. I don't know whether I can play it here, but I just don't want to fall afore of the copyright laws. They're calling it burongo. It's a good one. At Mujibiepi weka nangwa, So a combination of Mujibiepi weka nangwa, of Kaonde and Kopala language, right? I think it's very symptomatic of what is happening to the Northwestern Province, Kaonde areas, where it's almost becoming the new copper belt. And so a combination of Mujibiepi Weka Nangwa actually shows that. That's the direction of where the country is going, right? With Kalumbila and Kansanshi Sentinel mines, attracting a lot of former miners and children of miners from the Copper Belt. So Mujibiepi Weka Nangwa. So that's why I like this music, but also Burongo also stands out in the sense that it continues the allure around the Kaonde language as a language of art. Now, I'm going to give it up to more specialized people, specialists who can tell us why the Kaonde language is such an alluring language of art in Zambia, beginning from the Masasu, Mulemena boys, even non-Kaonde speaking musicians. They always have that Kaonde lyrics in them. Very, very, very interesting. And so Chandanake could not resist the Burongo thing, which is pretty good. I don't know what you think about it, but anyway, good music. Thank you, Mavis. Clement says tuleta matondolo muchidie. And then someone from Sinazeze and Sinazongwe district. All right. Good evening, TVBAKWETU family. Somebody says that Mary Kingdom Changer. Mary Kingdom Changer. Why do you call yourself Kingdom Changer? Which kingdom are you changing? Please let us know a little bit about yourself, Mary, and we greatly treasure your patronage because we've seen you. You are one of those consistent voices on YouTube on our channel, so keep it up. Munsha, are you that old to be listening to such songs? I've already explained why I listen to this music. First of all, it's very good. It's good music. Even if you are not old, it's pretty good music. The other thing is, I think I like this music because it's a story. Old musicians were storytellers, something that is lacking from the modern music. For example, when you take the Bulongo story, the Bulongo song from Chandanake, there is no story to it, right? But that is not just on that song alone. It's actually on several other of their songs. There is no story, and so I don't know how art grows without stories, right? Yeah, so that's why I like stories. I think art is about stories. Quite all right, and so that's why I like the old Kalindula music. They played very well. The instruments were on point, but they were also a nice, good storytellers. Yeah, like after the music is gone, like from Bulongo, for example, from Bulongo, what story do you get out of it? Okay, Mujibiepi Weka Nangwa, quite all right, and a few things that they say and the play of the rhythm, but other than that, there is nothing. But if I told you a title of a song, for example, Namsonda, it's a story. It tells you something that is happening, the lyrics, the combination of the poem, the poetic language, all that. Sobongo Kine from Sobongo, from Masasu. It tells you, it's telling you a story. TVBAKWETU, it's telling you a story. And that's why I like the music, because it's the music that is telling stories in an artistic way. Now, I'm not saying that modern music is not good. There are several good modern musicians, and I think we need to appreciate the whole spectrum. Now, I'm going to leave it up to you to appreciate the modern music while I appreciate the old music. All right. So the other one is Mamara Baker. Now, Mamara Baker from Mr. Maki too is a combination of a little bit of what he calls hip hop. That's what he calls it, and Kalindula. And it's a good story. Mamara Baker isakuno ninkwateria shia uya kulanda nove. But bachiranso nterera turia chikashana. Something like that. So that's the reason. But anyway, this is Christmas. This is festive period, and of course we've had the Burongos song drop. So that's why you are asking me to say why are you that old? Probably, but you know, something like that. Salaola Salaola Mayovaya singing. Sikatana says, thank you for educating us on various topics this year. You're welcome, and I think we are going to continue doing what we did this year. This year was just an amazing year for us on TVBAKWETU, and we are going to continue talking about how amazing this year was for us in the coming days or so. But I think the reason why we did what we did was because of you. You paid attention, you cheered us on, and so that's why we did what we did, and we are very grateful for the kind of things that has happened. Kale Kale watching you, thank you. Sikatana says, but PK, of course, PK is always PK stands out for several reasons, and I think it's good to recognize that talent. And not only that talent, not only the talent of the past, but also the fact that he continues to inspire new musicians and new people, right? But definitely, what I like about their music were the stories that they told. Yeah. My Kadoli will be 30 next year. Your Kadoli will be 30. Yeah, that makes you how old? Yeah. Junior Silvester says that he's in love with TVBAKWETU. Thank you. Kalomo Southern Province is watching. Wonderful. Thank you. Fuebakote, we stopped counting. It's true. Yeah. Yeah. So for me, what stood out this year was a lot in 2021. First of all, there was that looking forward to 2021. There was that anticipation that built up in 2020. Looking forward to 2021. When it came very, very quickly, and we got right into business. We wasted no time. We managed to transform my live broadcasts on Facebook. We managed to transform them into a more regular program, which we call TVBAKWETU. So for me, I think that is one of the things that stands out of this year, the fact that we managed to transform all the frequent Facebook lives that I was doing. We formalized it, crystallized it, and called it TVBAKWETU in 2021. And I hope that this is not going to be like the end of what we did, but rather that TVBAKWETU continues into the next year. For me, that's what stood out. The second thing, again, connected to TVBAKWETU, is the fact that we launched a campaign at a time when we were being told that we could not have an effect because we were on Facebook. And so that campaign resulted in the change of government. Now, the thing is, each time that you are asked to tell your story, you always tell your story from your perspective. That's why we as TVBAKWETU, we cannot run away from the temptation to tell the New Dawn revolution, for example, from our perspective. And to be honest, we had no idea the kind of effect that it was having on the ground until when we personally visited, when I visited Zambia, and when Mr. Norman Chipakupaku also visited. As a matter of fact, even today, he sent me a message saying that, look at the kind of people that are coming up, walking up to him, wherever he is, they walk up to him and tell him, thank you for TVBAKWETU. And so we are very humbled by that. And so the only next question is, how do we move on from here? And so that is what 2021, those are kind of the memories that 2021 is going to have for me personally. For our team at TVBAKWETU, they are all looking in anticipation to the coming new year, and we are hoping that we always have good things coming up. All right. What were the low moments? Of course, again, the low moments are going to be very, very connected to politics for some reason. The low moments are when Kenneth Kaunda died, and we mention it again. The fact that we on TVBAKWETU jumped on the issue immediately, and we mourned Kenneth Kaunda. And unfortunately, the previous government was playing Alewele Rapo and cartoons on ZNBC. I think that was a very low moment for me and for several. Kenneth Kaunda was an old man. He had lived his life for sure. And it was a very sad time, of course, the passing of Kenneth Kaunda. And in fact, I think we are going to replay that program later, maybe tonight or tomorrow morning, to just remember how that all went down. And this is what history is made of, because when the events are actually happening, you do not know that you are making history, right? You have no idea of how those events are going to be judged a few months from there. And so we are in December, we look back at what happened in June and July, and truly that forms part of the history of our country, that forms part of the events that happened in our country. So that was a very low moment, the passing of Kenneth Kaunda. Of course, the high moment was to be in Chwempala, cast my vote, participate in the elections, and watch the results come in. Just watch the results coming, and come some of our people who were apprehensive. 11 August, 12 August, 13 August, 14 August, they were very difficult moments for us, for all of us. There was a time where it was clearly coming that we are going to have change. And then, of course, some people started thinking that the Patriotic Front were going to rig the elections, and there was a lot of anxiety, so to speak, in the camp of the party that we supported. But of course, I think God was on our side, and the victory was so decisive that there is no little monkey tricks that could have worked. That was a very high moment, to be there and to witness the final announcement that indeed President Hakainde Hichilema had won the election. That was pretty high in August. In September, I got my doctorate degree in theology, PhD in theology, on a dissertation I had written on church and state relations in Zambia. So politics and faith, religion and politics, the role of the church in politics. How do these two institutions relate? And I had been writing it for many, many years. So this year I thought it was time. It was time indeed to defend it. So I defended it, and graduation is next year, but the doctorate degree has already been awarded. So those are some of the high moments. Of course, the transformation of TVBAKWETU, and then the joining of the TVBAKWETU family, because how have we emerged to become this TVBAKWETU family? Nobody went and invited anyone. We just crystallized in one way or another. We previously did not know each other, but it was the consistency. It was the love at first sight, so to speak, and we have remained together as one group, and so that has been quite an amazing thing about TVBAKWETU. Paul Malumbo Chama Kasonde Bamunsha West, you need to go on foreign mission, and once it happens, you at once that happens, then I'll carry you with me into the foreign service. Honestly, it's very humbling that you could think of a very humble Chwempalan like me, that I could serve my country in that capacity. We've always said that if and when our country well, it all started from the very things that we've been doing. When our country was in need, we owed our country a duty to be there for it. When our country was being mismanaged, when our country was under a very, very thieving government, when our country needed our help, I think we owed it to respond. And we responded in a way that we could, because our country needed us and we owed it. Not that the country owed us. No, there is nothing that our country owes us, but we owed our country. We owed our country the grace to respond. And so many Zambians from all walks of life, rich, poor, Bemba Kaonde, Tumbuka, Ushi, Kavende, Ngumbo, Lala, Tonga, Lozi, Subia, Lunda, Luvale, from all over, they came together and sought to change the trajectory of their country. And so if our country needs us in any capacity, I think it is our duty. It is our duty to be there, because this country was for us. It stood for us. It's a huge favor. Mama, it's a huge bantu bambi mwenga mwafialirwe kumbi nomba okuisa afialu wa Zambia and form this bond, sometimes accidental, because once that waishiwe aba kuchipata baishire isa when Shaka Zulu was beating and killing people elo babutuka aba kuchipata okubutuka olubiro from Shaka abena dingiswayo ave dingiswayo ozwangendaba nation afye kuti yakweva ukweva that these people run from somewhere zwangendaba abena zwangendaba they ran away from South Africa, from what we are calling South Africa today. The Makololo history, the history of the Makololos, they come into Western Zambia and they dominate and domineer the Lubalunda peoples that were settled there. And then us as the Lubalunda peoples who also ran away. The Lubalunda history of a people who are running away from first of all, the Luba Empire, the Luba peoples, and then the Lunda peoples as well. They are trekking and escape from what is known as Democratic Republic of Congo today. And then some of them went southwards, others went eastwards and landed in the area we call Zambia. And then a few decades down the line, we are born, we are mothered, we are fathered in this country. And so that in itself places upon us a duty to respond when the nation is in need. It would be unfair for us if we just remained quiet and silent and okuchaya ma ignore, ichalo chidemi fuaya elo mwachaya ma ignore. No. We've got to be there for our country. And the reason why we have got to be there for our country is because not only respectful of our history, but it is also respectful of our future. The fact that there will be other Zambians born in that country that are going to look back at us and say, what did we do when our country was in need, right? That's very important. All right. Yeah. So those are some of the moments. And today, of course, just regard yourselves as people that are making history as well, that are part of of the things that are going on, part of the history that is being made. And that's why thank you for that, Mwebena Chiwempala. Yeah. Wise man Don, this peak of the story. Butane, yeah, Butane was in 2020. That also, I think, forms one of the greatest events that happened in 2020. The idea that a bill that was pretty bad for our country, pretty bad for our country, was defeated in 2020. And so, in a sense, we moved into this new year having defeated it. In 2021, we moved into the year after having defeated Butane. And I think a lot of positive vibes, so to speak, the coattails of the victory that we had in 2020 came on and translated into 2021. And of course, again, I go back to this theme that when our country needed us, we were there for the country. I hope so. I hope that history will look back and say that we were there for the country, because during the Butane debate, there were times where we strongly felt that we had lost, that they were going to, that the previous government, the Patriotic Front government, had already bought off MPs. They had paid them a lot of money in order to betray the constitutional integrity of their country. And so what we said was, if history were to look back at that particular time, may it never be said that we never responded, that we neglected the country. We did not explain to the people of Chingola and Chiwempala and Milenge and several other places what Butane was really about. And if they had passed Butane, we were going to leave it on record that we resisted. However, parliamentarians stood strong. Some of them had already been bribed by the Patriotic Front. It was terrible. As recent as this year, we knew of a certain MP who bought an Isuzu double cab to bribe an MP, a UPND MP, during that very time of Butane. And so how do you fight against bribes? How do you resist? Our resistance was through explanation. Again, being available and being there for the country. Being available and being there for the nation. Why should we be there for the nation? It is because this nation has been there for us. We walked its streets. Our ancestors belonged to this nation. We were born there. We walked through its streets. We drank its water. We ate its food. And it gave us an identity. When people are trying to steal from it, we needed to stand up for it. Bakwetu TV, you have done very good work before, during, and after. ECZ, Dan, General's Permanent Secretary. Yes, the PS is doing very well, and we're extremely proud of what has happened. Of course, there were all those untrue rumors, and we addressed them as best as we could at that time. We addressed them because it was important to change the narrative. The idea that Mr. Norman Chipakupaku, being a non-commissioned officer, former soldier was somehow unworthy to be a permanent secretary really rubbed us very, very wrongly. And again, we go back to history. We go back to history. When this country needed soldiers, young soldiers, a 16-year-old Norman Chipakupaku responded and enlisted as a soldier in the 70s. It was therefore insulting for some to insinuate that that 16-year-old boy who gave his life and his blood for this country could somehow not be a permanent secretary for the Ministry of Defense. And so we are very happy that those liars, those people who were making up such malicious propaganda, did not receive anything out of it. Because a person who sacrifices their life, whose friends die as a result of bombings from the Rhodesia and the Boers of South Africa, his friends, dead, survives, is an old man now, but never ever look at an old man and never ever imagine that they too were young. And in their youth, they sacrificed. They responded when Kaunda called upon 15-year-olds and 16-year-olds to become part of the new army to defend you. That would stand now today and think that you are somehow much more cleverer than a 16-year-old boy who joined the army to defend you. Or if you were not yet born, to defend your parents. To defend your mother and your father and your grandfather and your grandmother. That little boy became permanent secretary, and we are extremely proud. TVBAKWETU must become a private TV. Zebron Chivunga, aye, it should become a private TV. Yeah. I enjoy a cordial relationship with Mr. Monsha. This is not for you, but him. He knows. Paul Malumbu Chamakasonde. Yeah, and that is one of the things that we have with some of our followers. A follower is a follower, and so a member of our team is a member of our team. Even when sometimes they come out and they say a lot of strong things against us. We are one country, and we cannot let one bad word or two bad words derail us from destiny. That we can never let. Yeah, the death of Kenneth Kaunda was announced by someone else. That was pretty bad. You're not responding to me. Micton, I haven't seen what you've said. Please let me know. I haven't seen you, because sometimes it scrolls very, very fast, such that I can't see. Yeah. Cyril announced Tutu. Oh, Cyril has announced Tutu. Yeah, Desmond Tutu has passed on. A very, very influential figure in South Africa and African and world politics, for sure. He's passed on. And each time that there is a death, it reminds us of our own mortality. You know, our own mortality. Meaning, and so it becomes a very, very interesting time to mourn those that are dead, and also think about our own time when we as well will die. Sarah said, I stumbled upon TVBAKWETU by accident, and it was love at first sight. Simply, it was informative, educational, and made me feel closer to home. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, thank you, Sarah. We are humbled by that response. Bartolomeo Kamlewe, however failed, still TVBAKWETU has been the best thing. Yeah, keep trying. If you have to send stars, keep trying, because it's good. here is the thing. We want to give it a shot, right? See how this can work, with stars and subscriptions and stuff like that. We want you to have to I don't want to overpromise here, but we want you to really be a part of what is going on here on TV Bakwetu. Lazarus Tembo before abantu pashala abantu. It's true. That's the cycle of life. That's the nature of life. Before abantu pashala abantu. So Desmond Tutu, to share. That's how they say it in Kikaonde. To share at Kiatama. But Desmond Tutu to share. Kiatama. Ababe mbat no yui no mwela tulepema. Ebale uleta. Yeah, so every culture has its own rites of mourning. Some do it like they are mocking, but indeed they are mourning. Some do it very quietly, others sing, others dance, others do whatever they have to do, but it's a time of mourning. So vetusha no iwi no mwera tulepema evale uleta evale upupa by Desmond Tutu. All right, Bachilufia, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Bakwetu.
How has been your year? What stands out for you for the year?
Vamusha, you've mentioned a lot of things, but I'll just summarize. Yeah. The lows obviously were the death of Kaunda, and also when it was evident that UPND was winning and somebody was playing some games, some people were saying, we were so anxious. Mamusha, you were in Zambia, we were here. We knew we've won, but somebody was playing games. But thank God it never happened. And then the highs, Mamusha. And one of the lows was also when we discovered that the PF was actually bribing some MPs, regarding Bill 10. And but again, that was one of the highs. Bill 10 Vamusha, had Bill 10 gone through, we should have forgotten about the elections.
Yeah.
Those guys had a plan. And thank God it never worked. And thank God Bakwetu and other partisan Zambians, other patriotic Zambians played their role in stopping that Bill 10 to go through. And the other eyes was obviously Vamusha, UPND winning the elections. I for one knew UPND was going to win. But again, we were dealing with a very difficult enemy. Anything could have happened, but I knew UPND was winning. But anything could have happened. But thank God UPND won. And then personally, in June this year, I attended an interview, obviously changing, for a job that was in a different field in accountancy, and also, what can I say? Something that I never expected I was going to do, something much, much higher than what I was doing. And that was in June, and you won't believe it. It went on dragging and dragging and dragging. The day HH was announced as winner, that's the same day I received a call that now I've been given that job and I'll be starting on the 4th of October. So it was a double celebration for me. And just thank God for that. So I celebrated twice, winning, HH winning, UPND, and also career-wise, it was marvelous.
Right.
You know, the only thing I can say is God is good all the time, and all the time God is good.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, in terms of you becoming part of TVBAKWETU, how did that happen? Would you care to share with our viewers how you got connected here?
Obviously, I got connected because we were connected in so many things. You remember I was inviting you into one of the WhatsApp groups, we had, and then we're also friends on Facebook. And I was listening to Bakwetu. The first time I listened to your program, I used to listen to your programs a lot, but I started regularly listening to your programs when I discovered that you were Bill 10 was one of
Right.
the things that I was fighting personally, because I knew Bill 10 was evil. And the way you explained Bill 10, a lot of Zambians did not understand from a legal perspective how evil Bill 10 was. Adma Munsha, you explained exactly how evil Bill 10 was, and a lot of Zambians understood. And I just said, no, I have to be on Bakwetu and fight with Vamusha so that we can fight this evil. And from then, I became a Bakwetu family. So it was love at first sight. And I don't regret, because Vamusha, without a doubt, Bakwetu prayed the law. The diaspora at large prayed the law.
Right.
In putting UPND in power, both financially and also, Bamunsha, the influence that the diaspora has. We're talking about 75,000, 80,000 Zambians abroad.
Yeah.
At the point when the economy was so bad, remitting all those small dollars, the influence was huge. Now imagine, Bamunsha, if there are 80,000 Zambians abroad, 60,000 are sending money to Zambia every month. I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
And they're supporting families. So we're talking of, maybe if he supports one Zambian, would be supporting 10 people indirectly,
Right.
or 20. So the influence that for the first time, Bamusha, the diaspora was behind UPND. There's nothing like that has happened. For the first time, the diaspora being involved in politics of their country. And UPND should thank God, UPND should thank the diaspora for the job they did. Influence, financially, everything.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. So like I mentioned about the subscribers, I just want to mention some of them. We have about 58. Now, I know that some of you, we've already announced you, but please bear with me as I announce some of the subscribers. And to subscribe, it's very easy. You just press on the small heart button right where the feed is coming, particularly on the Elias Munsha page. And then you press there, and then you become a subscriber. On December 20th, we had Tito Bandar, so that's the latest subscriber. And Joseph Sakala joined us on December 17th. Others are Shadrick Njebele, Nelson Bimbe, thank you, Nelson, Curtis Lloyd, Tresfor Mpundu, Musimbi Musankwa, Chalihad Chalabesa, Lin Mwape Ponde, Habene Habenzu, Gwen Mwale, Mwenya Selebi, thank you, Sikate Mulonda, Pat Musumali, Jonathan Mwanza, Susan Nirenda Kakompe, Vivian Beani, Chaka Cass Henderson, Mary Taguma Busbro, and I mispronounced Munjereko, but I think I got it right, Busbro. Hazel Mono, Sarah Mulenga, Chinyama Hachisala, Patrick Chilufia, Mwamana Patrick, Epomodi. October 25, 2021, okay. Nicholas Mutalama, Bana Joshua. Thank you, Bana Joshua. Charity Chilufya, Joseph Piri, Olga Dasi, True Mulenga Chomba, Frank Sadiki, Matthew Mtonga, Mulenga Chileshe, Himba Miyoba, Onesimus Hangoma, Ignatius Mazeko, Hojin Habimana, Mundia Lubinda, Chipepo Walia, Chisichone, Barbara Chanda, Kapalu Kakoma, Benjamin Mumena, Shamiso Gray, Joe Flynn, Victoria Nguluve, Samuel Mumena Kajoba, Shu Pepiri, Chimu St. George, Nom Sanotando Mwamba, Mariam Maraswa Ibrahim, Rowan Mumbo, Jones K. Kasonso, Mia Admini, Maimbo Malesu. Thank you very much to all of you subscribers. And I know that some of you are still trying to figure out. Please subscribe and let us make TVBAKWETU not only good for 2021, but good for 2022 as well. On YouTube, we also have members on YouTube, and I am just waiting to get the list. And once I have it, I'm also going to tell the members there. TVBAKWETU today, special edition. We are just looking back on 2021. This is like part 1 of 2021, but there will be more sessions that we're going to have to look back. On YouTube, if you want to be a member, simple, just press the membership button on YouTube, and then you're going to be a member of TVBAKWETU. We want, in the coming year, in 2022, we want TVBAKWETU to continue growing, bringing diverse programming, because to be honest, we were a political, mostly a political channel, and we were animated mostly by the election. But in order for us to stabilize, to reach a plateau, we need to stabilize in our content as well. And so yes, we have that, and we are thinking about that. Don't think that we've lost our way. No, it's just that politics are very seasonal. It's very seasonal in the sense that people are very, very interested. But most of them have gone on to begin governing, so we've lost quite a significant audience. But even if that has gone on to govern, we are still holding very steady where we are, and we hope next year we shall continue. Lifestyle, education, politics, culture, we are very big on culture, and so we want to see that being done in the coming year or so. Niachi Sengu, you are on TVBAKWETU. Good morning.
Hello. Good evening, Ramusha.
Merry Christmas. Today is Boxing Day. Have you been out and about shopping?
Sorry, say that again. I missed that point. Sorry.
Have you been shopping? Today is Boxing Day.
Oh no, actually, I haven't. I tend to shop online, and the fact that we live very far away from town, so yeah, I tend to shop online. I haven't really done any shopping today.
How did you become part of TVBAKWETU?
Good question, actually. Of course, I used to follow you a long time ago on LinkedIn while we're still in Saskatchewan. And for some reason, when we came here to Newfoundland, I stumbled on your page again and somehow found myself on YouTube and started following you that way. It was actually by accident, really. But since then, I've really enjoyed the journey of being part of the TVBAKWETU personality, yeah.
All right. Now, there is a lot, definitely, there is a lot of culture, and TVBAKWETU, I think one of the things was we tried to do something different. We went vernacular, and there was a lot of accusations about why should we do it in vernacular. What do you think about that, the fact that we went vernacular?
You know what? Zambia is made up of several tribes. And, not only, I'll bring you back to the Kaunda era. the reason why Kaunda had to make sure that the news was read in so many languages was because he wanted several people in the community, in the population, to be able to understand what was going on in the world. And it's not everybody that's educated in our country anyway. So it's not everybody that speaks English. So for us to go vernacular, then we're reaching our targeted population, our targeted sample that, and you know what? And that's part of inclusion. We're one Zambia, one nation. It's not just because Nyusha is Bemba, then we have to only speak Bemba, and I absolutely enjoy that part of the show. Yeah.
Right. And of course, the fact that we are not only inclusive, but we also recognize the fact that in order for us to fight tribalism, we need to be very upfront about it. We are able to recognize the diversity of our country for being diverse. So we do not use the One Zambia, One Nation motto as a tool to try and obliterate the identity of anybody. Rather, we use it as a way to show that we are a diverse country. And each and every culture in our country contributes equally.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And absolutely. And I agree with that 100%. And, just to allude to what you've just said there, in Kaunda era, I don't remember anybody targeting any tribe at all. But this is quite new to me to see politicians, people who grew up in Kaunda time, actually are the ones that are pushing for tribalism instead of the kids. The kids want to unite us as old people. When I say older people, I don't really want to date myself, but I'm in my 40s, of course. But to see that
you're still young.
Yeah, interesting, Wamusha.
Yeah. And so that's why we will continue doing that and hoping that this country, everybody recognizes that we all contribute equally to the Zambian project. Equally to the Zambian project. And so I remember during the election, shortly afterwards, when I was congratulating the UPND, and I said, this is a victory not only for a Zambian, but also that every little young Tonga child should be able to walk tomorrow with pride. And
I remember you getting a lot of backlash on that. Actually.
How can you say that? I'm like,
I know.
Why not?
Exactly. I remember you getting a lot of backlash on that. And Mamusha, and I absolutely applaud your what do you call it? How can I say? What word am I looking for? I've forgotten. Maybe I'll find it in Lunda or something. But and also the role that you and General and every one of the Bakwetu people played during the last elections was absolutely remarkable. I remember one of the days when you said, "Oh, I think it was the election night or the day before elections, we were going to wake up at 4 a.m. and all this kind of stuff and whatever." I did not sleep that night. I had to be there. I had to, even though we were not in Zambia, but the role we just played was just marvelous. And look at where we are today. And I know you haven't asked me that question, but that's one of my best moments of 2021, to see our Zambian people being liberated.
Right. Thank you. Nyachi Sengo, thank you for sharing with us your story.
No problem. Take care. Thanks. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you. Professor Kasonso.
Mukwai, wapole nwengenge man.
Professor Kasonso, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, sir. How are you?
I'm very well. Now, something that history needs to remember is this, Professor Kasonso, that when we were transitioning to TVBAKWETU, you and Mr. Norman Chipakupaku were the first panelists that appeared on that day.
Yes.
And for that, keep it up.
Well, thank you very much, sir, and Merry Christmas to all the TVBAKWETU people.
Thank you. I think they are all. Each time that you appear here, there is all good. Look at that. They've already started saying, "Hey, Waka Sonso is welcome."
Kasonso wabantu.
Ati Kasonso Waka Sonso.
Kasonso waka sonso.
Omwina bangwe ulo. Kairi omwina solwezi.
Kaonde waswa mema. Mwana wa bakaonde.
Na mumfu wako wimbolu bafumisha ati burongo.
Awa shilomfuire.
Lwambira ati mujibi epi weka anangwa.
Oh, we. I think ababa lembere yawaka because weka anangwa li issue yako angwe ulu kumwezi kusanfya kwa kasoma.
Yeah, it's this thing that makes Kaonde to be a language of culture, a language of cultural expression in our country. I think they're just trying to catch up. It's Chandana K, trying to catch up to that reality. What stood out for you in 2021? I'm aware that tomorrow on Monday you have a special program here on TVBAKWETU with Percy, and so we are looking forward to that tomorrow. But what stood out for you in the year that we are just concluding?
What stood out for us is that people who love their country and are willing to stand up against the powerful and the evil,
right,
can change their country.
Right.
And it is in that situation, it is in that caption or principle that I feel that's where the evolution of TVBAKWETU is. TVBAKWETU is a media version of Cha-Cha-Cha to secure freedoms for our people. The people who love their country, regardless of where they live, regardless of the jobs they do, if they love their country enough and are willing to speak up and use every platform, they can overcome and lead their country to a new dawn, to a day when everyone can be free to speak in their own country. People who love their country can say no to mediocrity and strive for excellence. Right. People who love their country can say no. People who love their country, people who love their country.
Because that common sense is not enough for take a child.
Tukayadila pona rice or kuperishanya papa pancakes kwalesa. Common sense should control the child. People who love their country can laugh over political success. Like Akaruseka Fonseca, Nainari Ndeleka Mwaka kwa Mayo. Yeah.
Thank you, Professor, for joining us here today on TVBAKWETU to reflect on the year that is just passing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bakalinda.
Doug, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic on this Sunday, Boxing Day. I think before you ask me about anything about politics, can I just give a big shout out to all Gunners? We did it! Arsenal 5, Norwich 0. I end there.
Thank you. Thank you. Arsenal 5. I think what happened is if Arsenal, each time Arsenal wins, we all must have this.
I'm
But
right there. I'm right there with that. I'm right there on the watermelon, but with a
because
little bit of some Ciroc vodka on the side.
because there's never been a team in the history of the world which beats teams. Like we were just coming from a 4-1 victory. And now look at this, 5-0. You see, 5-0 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 goals.
Absolutely. You're
This is
absolutely
amazing.
right. It's amazing, especially that we are using our average team is 20 years, 21 or 19. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I
It's
think
a good time to be.
what needs to happen is all teams in the Premier League, they should all surrender. They shouldn't even play another game. They should crown Arsenal champions, because I really don't see how any other team is going to beat Arsenal. I think it's
Oh no! Oh no!
they need
It's too
to
early.
surrender.
Doc,
They
it's
need
too early. It's too early. You know our team, huh? They give you a little something at
no,
Doko next to, and then it will go
no, no,
down. So
no,
let's see
no.
let's see what we do.
It's not like Arsenal is winning by 1-0, 1-0, like Leicester. Leicester won the Premier League by 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. Arsenal is 5-0, 4-0, 4-1. It's amazing. Anyway,
Yeah.
today is not for that. Just let me know about how TVBAKWETU, how you came across TVBAKWETU, what stood out for you for the last year.
Absolutely. For me, I did not want to be political. I mean, to begin with, being that I work as a journalist in Zambia for the longest time, before I left, I was not cut out because, when you're a journalist, you're supposed to be impartial, fair, right in the middle. But going back to 2002 and when Mazoka lost, and the newsroom then at the Times, I mean, I'm not ashamed to say this, was divided. It was, okay, you guys, you're Tonga, you guys, it just, I wasn't raised like that. So for me, that was my major motivation to leave. I left the country to come to the US, to pursue my dreams. And, looking back to Zambia, things just we're not right, and then we got to the PF. And we all know the story. And then, Facebook, social media, one day, watching the news out of Zambia, and TVBAKWETU was right there, front and center. And I felt on that day like, okay, these are the kind of people I want to be associated with. These are the kind of people that are out there speaking the truth about my country, and especially what really touched me for me is the tribalism, because, I mean, I don't hide it. I'm Tonga. I'm half Tonga, I'm half Sala. Well, if you look at it, I'm all part of the Tonga grouping. So that really spoke to me, because when I look at my own family, I mean, yes, there are Tongas there, but we have Bembers. I have my own brothers that have Bembers from Tinsali, for heaven's sake. I've got nieces and nephews who are Lozis, who are Aushis, and Tumbuka. So when people started, especially the politicians, started, talking about tribalism, it did not sit well with me. It did not sit well with me, because just looking at my own, So, and then,
And so TVBAKWETU was that voice that spoke against that injustice.
That is correct. That's what it was. And from there on, we are where we are now. I mean, you guys were out there, speaking what most of us were not talking about, because maybe we're benefiting something from the government of the day. I mean, we understand that because, there's always a politics of poverty, and stuff like that. And poor,
Yeah.
people have to see where they have to weigh, do I have to speak on this? And then I lose my bread and butter on the other side.
Right.
So
So
we understand
Kalinda,
that.
what message would you have for a person who wants to subscribe to TVBAKWETU? What message would you have for them?
My message to everyone out there, okay, as a subscriber, it doesn't cost, like you always say, a cup of coffee at Starbucks. It's really cheap and it's very easy. You go to the Bakwetu page. There's if you play cards, there's a diamond or a heart shape on the description there, and just click on it and put in your details. And some of you are already shopping anyway on Facebook. Okay, you buy all kinds of things on Facebook. So for $4.99, come on now, it's cheap change. Everybody, this is it.
Thanks, Kalinda. And please, let's continue cheering Arsenal because Arsenal is the champion of the world.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
The Premier League should immediately, they should just take the Batwale Kombe kuli Arsenal. So in fact, by the time that we finish this, Batwale Kombe kuli Arsenal. Bantu Arsenal has already won.
That's correct. If they don't shut us before the games, there's this talk about shutting the league. So, yeah, this is it. This is our time.
Thank you, Kalinda.
Thank you.
All right, Gladys.
Good evening.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you and Merry Christmas to everybody out there.
So, how was your yesterday?
Brilliant. Munsha. It was actually not yesterday here in Denmark. As per culture, I think the Scandinavian people, they celebrate Christmas on the 24th. And then in Denmark, they have a specific culture where after having dinner, we normally eat a duck or turkey. And then we eat also a pig, which has a crisp layer called flæske style. It's specifically mostly eaten in Denmark, and we eat also it's some kind of raw fish, but it's not raw in their culture. It's in their context. It's in the glass, and then it's fermented with water and vinegar, and then you eat it on bread. And then you have different kind of alcohol called schnapps. And this kind of raw fish, it's different. Some of it's spiced, and then you can put some crumbles of eggs. And then the other one is completely raw, no spices. And then the other one is dipped into some kind of red spices. So there's kind of a mixture of different kind of food, traditional food. So Nipuando. And then it continues, the Christmas continues for about from the 24th, 25th, you can have a Christmas lunch, and 26th, and some go up to 27th, 28th, then the Christmas is done.
I have enjoyed hosting with you, Gladys, on TVBAKWETU.
Thank you.
I
have to. I have to. I really have I've had a wonderful moment.
I can see that you have a book with you there. Would you care to let us know what that book is all about?
Yes, please. I have a book which it's written Skruer Opgaver på sociale rådgiver. It's writing a project on psychosocial.
What language is that?
It's in Danish.
All right. So you're fluent in Danish?
Yes, in our home we speak actually 3 languages. I would say 3 languages. I speak Bemba when I'm very annoyed to my kids, and then we're speaking English, a bit of English, mostly when I lack some vocabulary. Otherwise, we're using Danish in the home. And I'm also studying. I'm at the university studying psychosocial, and I'm studying in Danish.
All right. Now, your last name Storm, because somebody has just posted, Muyunda Polibona, they are calling you the Storm. So does it mean the same thing? Is it English? Like Storm?
Yeah.
Storm.
Yes, it is English actually, but it's in Danish words, they have a lot of borrowings, some from French words and also some from the English word. But that one, I don't know if I can say it's an English word. It is an English word, but because it means the same thing like storm. That's I take it from my husband's, I borrowed it from my husband's name, surname.
And I think that's exactly what you have done on TVBAKWETU. You have been a storm right here, a very, very positive storm. And so we've enjoyed you a lot, and we greatly appreciate what you've done, Gladys. How did you become part of TVBAKWETU?
Yes. How I became part of TVBAKWETU. I just realized that I'd been actually following you on LinkedIn, and then we became kind of connected on LinkedIn. I was following you because I was seeing that sometimes you were posting some running training, which I'm very passionate and interested in, because I've been running for the last close to 12, 13 years. And I could see that you do some marathon. And then I was like, okay, this is very unusual to find. I'm sorry, it's not an insult to find that most of the Africans who are really consistent, like in sports, like running, besides just the Olympics. And then suddenly I just realized that you started popping up on my LinkedIn page because you were sending these shows. And then one day you were actually presenting a butane. And this butane, I've been hearing about it for quite a while. And then I was like, what is Chinamanshi butane? So I took the time to listen to the butane because I had kind of curious. And then I looked through different, said, what is butane? It did not make sense at all. But that day when I just sat and then listened to how you were articulating, it actually kind of made a lot of sense. And then suddenly I started just following you. And then by that time, to actually start with, I despised politics, like to the bone. Also because my father was a politician. And for me, I believe that politics, it's a dirty game because there's a lot of insults. But then I don't know whether it comes with age. And then suddenly I just realized that I was so much interested in the Ugandan politics that was last year, and also the American politics. So I was so much glued that I went to the extent of buying a book called Politics, African Politics, which I started reading about. And then when I started looking at the Ugandan politics, I started integrating it into the Zambian politics. Then I started redirecting myself to start following, despite that I hated politics, I started redirecting myself to the Zambian politics. And then I realized that there was still the same thing which I believed in, that there was a lot of insults. And then I came across all these Dekamlimanshis. And then I hate all the insults which I would never imagine. And then when I go to church all the time, I started requesting in my prayer, and I'm a Pentecost. And then I also started requesting when we have to give a prayer request. I started requesting that to give a prayer that Zambia should be liberated. And in all my prayers was that I wish that this government should just be gone.
It's gone.
And yes. And when that movement, I mean, from that time when I followed it up, when I became part of it, I started feeling, sometimes I would cry, literally cried. Then Sama the Kaundas, that day I was following, I watched somebody being killed. My phone just dropped. I got so attached. Yeah. And 2012 August was just like a very big birthday for me.
Thank you, Gladys. And I think I speak on behalf of several other followers that you as well as the entire TVBAKWETU crew, have added a flavor to our crew that is very unique. Zebron wants to find out what's your maiden surname. I don't know why Zebron wants to know your maiden surname.
But Zebron, I'll give you all my names at Raging Gayachepa, my onishta mwaba wino. Zebron, my name is Gladys Mwewa Chisenga. Then I searched to add Storm. So I'm a Gladys Mwewa Chisenga, ndiwaku mansa kwa mabumba. Dimwaush. But nalikwata no lupwa abatonga bonse. My brothers are married to Tongas. We have the Lozis. So we are a mix. No, you know mutundundi mwana wena na wena mutundumbi. So ni one Zambia, one nation, one Africa, one world.
Thank you. Mwewa Chisenga. Ayamashina yaba ushi, ero ayamashina yaba la mwewa. Everyone has a mwewa. Everyone has a Chisenga somewhere. Anyway, thank you, Gladys. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you.
Yeah. Vapombo. Don Oscar.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Munsha. Good evening. Happy Christmas.
Yeah.
And,
the other time on Christmas Eve, you were going to celebrate Mass, and then here we are 2 days later.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Thank you very much. It has been a very wonderful time. We had the Christmas Mass, and this year's calendar, the Roman calendar, actually, Mr. Munsha, after Christmas Day, we are supposed to celebrate the first martyr in our faith, Catholic Church, who is Saint Stephen. That is the second feast which follows. But this time it has collided with another beautiful feast, which is the Sacred Family of Nazareth, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. So today we had another feast, the Sacred Family of Nazareth, and wonderful, with many families appreciating their lives, and they are staying together as a family.
All right. Now, Don Oscar, you've been in Italy for a year now, or more than that?
I've been in Italy, Mr. Munsha, for 21 years.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting. For 21 years.
Yes, I've done all my studies, my degree and my specialization. Everything I've done it in Italy, my license in Italy, in Italian language, sorry. Right. And my personal research. I love doing it in this language because it's very close to a Latin language. And when you learn Latin, you are opened to many those countries under the pontifical, reign. So I can understand French, Spanish, and many other pontifical state.
Yeah, there is this thing about Italian that is very interesting, right? The Italian language, Latin, even English. Much of the English legal term actually corrupted Latin, and so that's very fortunate to be right in the history of the Romans. What stood out for you in 2021?
Dr. Munsha, I've never done in my life. I've never followed politics. Just as the other speakers, I thought politics was a bit. The more you are very good in telling lies, probably the more you succeeded. That was my judgment insofar as politics were concerned. But 2021, I get so much interested, and you inspired me a lot, Mr. Munsha, on two grounds. One, your name itself, Elias Munsha. You have a name which is the same name of my Vamulamuveso. He is Elias Munsha, but he stays in Riverside in Kitwe. And he resembles you. So I thought you were the one.
Yeah. Natubalondole imwe ba Don Oscar mwalete imirandu kwara bokulubulula aren atela show up
very successful man in Riverside, Mr. Muisha, and has a child who is in England actually. He stays in Maryland. The name is Elias. So I thought it was you. So the first time I sent some messages, you were answering me, you were repeating, I stay in Calvary in Canada. I said, but this is not the other one who stays in my land in England. So, and then eventually I was so curious just to find out who you were. I thought you know about Mulamu Jesu. So now then I find out that no, you are a different person now. And so I got interested and so captured because of the way you nomba ishire tumaba mulamushi Yesu na saba tumativushe kwena imwomwe aichiweni mwalimu mona atiwis munsha basalo lesha patiteo atiako I started following you. I loved the way you really helped Zambians concerning the butane. And I followed you very much because also I was interested to see how the sufferings of the people in Uganda, you know, and that young boy, Bobby Wine, I thought the same oppression was also going on in Zambia regarding the opposition. So I decided to come in this time, and I really helped some young people who couldn't expose their identities and things like that. But you did a very good job to reconcile myself with politics because I didn't want to say any word, but I thought Zambia did not deserve to suffer any longer. It did not deserve at all. It was just too much, especially when our doctor Shishimba Kambwili with the tribal things that came in, and it was just too much. That's why now I would say, well, let me just come in. And I was joking sometimes in the but it wasn't jokes because some of the guys in Wapula, then I told them, look at the way they are trying to tease you. They are teasing you when they are saying, I say bedroom. What have they done? Any new hospital? Nothing. Any new road? Nothing. Anything so interesting? Nothing. And yet they are saying, bedroom, a dirty bedroom. No. So I came into board, Mr. Muisha, for this. I was very much offended by the way Shimba Kambwili would tease our men.
Right. And Don Oscar, through all those times that we came on TVBAKWETU, just know that we showed up for our country. I think that's the most important thing, Don Oscar, that when our country needed us, we showed up. We owe so much to this country. We ate its food. We drank its water. It gave us an identity. Hello, imwenaine forever twaishire because of the explorations of people atabena chirufia abakoba ati bwacho oluchero nga bapusana na bayama ako kaya nalata mpo mutundu wandi nandi. So and here we are together. We formed one beautiful country, the nation of Zambia, and when this country needed us, Don Oscar, we showed up. It is us who owed Zambia something. Zambia does not owe us anything. We owe it. And we responded. And so for that, that was the high of the
we
year.
We really appreciate Mr. Munsha, Doctor, especially that even here, I tried all the time to be so much reserved in the way I conduct my services. I know my mission is to serve the people. I serve the people of the Italian people, many people. I've been in a responsibility for many years in offices and as well as in the parishes. And really, I have helped a lot of people. I appreciated and told them that I was going to be part of this fight, to contribute any little I could do. I just did a little, putting my face on this beautiful platform, which you have done a great job, and we are thankful. Even the many Zambians here in Italy, Mr. Munsha, just to tell you, now they are telling me, my goodness, what you guys have done with the TVBAKWEtu, we really appreciate. So many people here, prominent people, lay people, and also clergy, they are really grateful, Mr. Munsha.
Thank you. And you're going to meet a lot of my relatives, because my uncles, I have several priests, uncles in the priesthood, and some are in Italy. So you're going to meet, you'll be meeting them. We are a Catholic family. Na inewi ineni ne Katolika. Pantunga wa Katolika takwabo. Na fierwe Katolika. Olu batisho. Olu batisho lwabo Katolika. So they get a little bit confused. God bless you.
We are really grateful. Keep up. A lot of people, they follow this platform, and I think you are going to inspire. Now look at this thing, which is very strange. You have inspired how Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation can give information, the true information. I stopped listening to Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation because of the information. First, news, His Excellency. Second, His Excellency. Third, His Excellency. So now we can now see what has happened in Zambia. A mother's done that damage. There's an accident. That is information. And I think even if nobody on the other side is going to acknowledge that, it's been a challenge. You have been yourself. You have stand for the people, and you've spoken for the people, and you have told the truth. That inspired me very much. You've told the people the truth.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Thank you, Don Oscar. That was Don Oscar. Muelwa.
Good evening.
Good evening. Now, when there is a picture issue, usually it's my fault. Number edition picture.
I think it's a little better now.
It's better. So Muelwa, Merry Christmas. How is your Christmas coming?
My Christmas is good. Had family over, so that was a lot of fun. Seeing some cousins I haven't seen in a bit. So it's been a good time.
It's wonderful, Mwandini. Kumana nama cousins pa Christmas. Bantu bambi kumana nama cousins ni kufiriro.
Yes, unfortunately. Yes.
Ero my family say ko atabantu taba kanshi. You can't see each other in a very long time. So I think it was nice that you met them on Christmas.
Yeah. And this particular one brought me up. She came when I was 5 months. So she has her own children now, and having her around and the kids was a lot of fun. So I haven't seen her in a bit.
Yeah. So what stood out for you in 2021?
I think it started off, Zambian politics are very funny. So I'll say it started off very unsettled, probably because of the COVID and the funny lockdown, which was just sort of brought on because everybody else was locked up. So it was a bit of a struggle at the beginning, winding down of companies, because obviously you can't run a company. And then the political hype as well. There wasn't particularly a political hype to say, I think, but it was a bit unsettling, I think. For me, especially because I think I've voted once in Zambia, and this was going to be the second time that I was voting. So I was a bit unsure because even after having voted prior, people were so convinced about the PF. So this time I was a bit tentative about it, but I think that was another highlight. So waking up at 0, I think that must have been 02, and making sure we still had our spot that we had saved the night before on the queue. My polling station is literally outside my house and across the road. So we had gone there, and my husband had hogged some seats and carried some chairs and made sure the night before that we had those seats.
So
I
it
think
didn't
those
take
were
long
some
for
of
you
the
to
highlights.
vote?
No, we were actually done by 6. No, we got in at 6. We were done by 7. There was quite a lot of confusion. There was a lot of confusion with names and which room you're supposed to go into and who is supposed to stand where. So that took us about an hour, but it was something. Yeah, we really planned it out.
No, I'll not tell you how long it took.
Yeah. No, we got a bit clever because of the registration of the voters' cards, which just took so long. We were there the whole night. So in this case, we really planned our day out. We were like all geared up, made sure that we were supposed to be back home at least 7, 8 was going to be the latest.
Yeah. In a monandi fe wamposuisheko. Isa. Ebere nala kwafuirishako nombe ifu achitire nshala nde nala sevana palwalala. Mwebele chwe mpala ala mwanti nefe yari ya de chari bafebwe bantu. Au mwandi gana ali fenta standing.
Oh my.
Yeah, and I'm fit, but it was tough, man. I don't know basa mpusushako. It was no manshala ndefe achitike. Vamwelwa, thank you for being part of TVBAKWETU over the year. We really, really appreciate. And we are looking forward to 2022. What are some of the things you're looking forward to in the next year? Have we lost you? Machumfa.
Hello. No, I missed. I think you were saying thank you at the beginning, and that's where I sort of cut off. Sorry.
Oh, so we're saying that thank you for being part of TVBAKWETU for this year. What are you looking forward to in 2022?
I think 2022, publishing some of my books, maybe finally. So I've got a bit of books that need to be published coming in the coming year. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But I think a lot more settled Zambia as well. So at least you can do things that you want to do, rather than have the fear of the old year where it was all politically hyped.
Oh, so you're hoping that 2022 is less likely to be politically charged?
Yes.
Okay. When you say your books, are these books that you are writing? Are these books that you are what's your connection?
So these are books that I'm writing. I'm equally writing with my sisters and my mom. So there's some books that we need to publish. So hopefully this coming year, everything is moving as smoothly. Writing takes quite a while, and sometimes it doesn't come as easy.
Right. This Christmas, I'm reading 2 books.
Okay.
So I've already finished this one, 5 Reasons, 5 Major Reasons Africa is Poor, Reverend Walter E. Mwambazi. Reverend Walter is like my cousin on Facebook. There is always this thing that develops on Facebook where somebody becomes your cousin, in the sense that you always look at what they write in a very critical way. And so he's one of my cousins, Facebook cousins. So I finished it.
Okay.
The other one I'm reading is known as Reading While Black, African American Biblical Interpretation as an Exercise in Hope. So this has to do with
I haven't seen that one.
With biblical hermeneutics.
It's
written by Dr. Iso Macaulay. So I'm hoping by the time that this festive period is over, we'll be done with these 2. And then next year, once you publish yours, I'll be one of the first customers. So keep it up.
Will do. we'll make sure you are.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. And Merry Christmas.
Say Merry Christmas to you.
Now, Mwelwa, you mentioned at one point that you were also went to a publisher's meeting for Christmas. Is that? Did I get you? Right?
It's a book award, and they're called CDI.
Yeah.
So it's an UNZA, I think former UNZA students. So it was a book award show, actually.
Right. Okay. So when you publish your book, do you already have a publishing company or not yet?
Not yet. We use one in Germany, but the past year has been a bit of a struggle to actually sell some of the books that we had last year with them. I think because of the coronavirus and everything. So we're looking at maybe finding somebody a little bit more local this time around. Okay.
But Patrick is ready to read your book. And so we need to talk about this, so that
definitely
we can look at all those. 2022 will drop a few books as well. So I hope we can finally publish some things.
Absolutely. I'll be waiting for yours too.
Yeah. So let's do that. Thank you.
Sure thing. You're welcome.
Yeah. Najima. Hello.
So it's jumped.
Hello, Najima. We can hear you. Okay, Najima is gone. TVBAKWETU journalist, also known as Wiseman. Wiseman. I don't know. We can't seem to get Wiseman.
Are you getting me now?
Wiseman, how are you doing?
Fine, and how are you, sir?
Wiseman, you always come with a certain perspective, and I just want you to know that TVBAKWETU appreciates you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you, and Merry Christmas to all our viewers and all those people who makes us strong on some of the comments they give us.
Yeah.
Be it negative, they make us strong. Be it positive, and what we have to say is thank you very much for that.
Yeah. So Wiseman, where are you? Are you in Kabwe? Are you in Lusaka? Or are you in an unknown location? Bantu balumendo mwachupa with unknown locations.
Yeah, actually unknown location.
All right. Now, Wiseman, what stood out for you in 2021?
I think what stood out for me in 2021, it was the point of the elections. I think when we were passing a lot, when I was mistreated and a lot of things happened. And on the day of announcing the elections, I think, but one, it was something which was very exciting to me. And I think on some of the losses, which was too personal, and TVBAKWETU were there to comfort and to make sure that everything moves accordingly. So for me, I think 2021, the day of elections, I think stood out for me. And the story about the journey to TVBAKWETU.
Yes.
I think it was something which was very interesting, and up to now, I really appreciate you, the founder of TVBAKWETU, and other members, because I was the media guy. I was someone who was a social media playful, and most of the time I used to be on movie TV and these other TVs, but something came up which disturbed me, and I stopped participating in some of those activities. Then I was playing on Facebook, and then I found this man trying to educate us, the Zambian people, about some of the things. That was before butane. I even have the video, which the video which was the first video I joined TVBAKWETU. I was trying to look for it and play it while I was trying to give my journey, but unfortunately I failed to find it in the other phone. So that was the time I tried to let me try to join, and it was my first time to join the Facebook Live, where someone had you on the screen and start having that conversation. I learned it through TVBAKWETU. From there, I was a regular follower, and you were consistent in adding me, as if you knew that you were pushing my passion, my journey. You were pushing something in me, and unfortunately, I managed to pull through. From that journey, I'm a celebrity now because of TVBAKWETU.
Wiseman is a celebrity. Wiseman, you are a
Yeah.
celebrity because you were consistent. A man receives
Yeah.
nothing except it be given from God. So you came on, you encouraged us as well with your humor, with your jokes, but you also provided us with a certain perspective that we needed from a young man.
Yeah, actually, I did that through your encouragement, through the encouragement of, because most of the people, they were like, every time when I'm on TVBAKWETU, immediately the program finishes, calls will start coming. We saw you. That was brilliant. That was nice. Can you please stick to that, man? Because you have got this passion of becoming a lawyer. You can learn a lot. So that thing, it was attaching me. You being a lawyer and me having a passion of becoming a lawyer. Most of the things I was learning from you, and I was able to become someone who was too arrogant in some ways, whereby I'm even able to stand toe to toe with lawyers like Tutu Angulube on radio, and I'm able to argue with them through the education which was coming from the TVBAKWETU founder. Most of the people, they were like, "Where are you studying? Which school?" And I was like, "Check on Facebook. There's a school called TVBAKWETU." By then, it was not even TVBAKWETU yet.
Yeah.
It stood out for me, and I really appreciate it.
One of the things that we needed to do, Wiseman, was to take, I became a lawyer. So I've not been socialized into the things of if you're a lawyer, because I became a lawyer at 38. Now at 38, it's very close to 40. And 40 is a very, very strange year where you don't really mind the rules. You usually, when you are breaking, there are two stages in life where you break rules: when you are a teenager and when you are in your 40s. Those are the two ages where people honestly, they feel like they can break the rules. And so thank you for what you have said there about the fact that we helped inspire you, and I hope that you're going to continue, Wiseman. There's a great future ahead of you, so keep it up.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that, and you have made me strong. Was previously we were scared, even just to talk about the government, we were scared. But after trying to make us understand how we should use social media with respect, without insulting, but telling the people the truth, I think that's how now the young politician born strong, fighting the injustice which was happening, trying to give them points. From there now, most of the people started recognizing us, and we are now big. I started following your page way back before even the live videos. The time it was called Munsha wa Munsha. That was somewhere in 2009. I was following a bit, but by distance. But I came in full force the time of butane. That's when I came. By then, I was just following you doing what we are doing background.
Yeah,
and
thank you. So
politics.
you followed from the Munshawa Munsha days.
Yes, that was the time I started following your page.
All right, thank you. Thank you, TVBAKWETU journalist Wiseman. Keep it up, and God bless. Very, very humbling. Rahimba.
Vamunsha.
How are you doing? People are protesting at Tapati Fesi and pa video.
Bamusha navambonakala papene.
Nava mimona nomba batemwa. You can even see for yourself. Merry
Vamusha ndi mu kitchen. Ndifye bwino mlishana.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So what gifts did you receive over Christmas?
Vamusha. You know, one of the gift I received several, but one which outstanding. My own child goes and makes a cup where he puts the picture of me and my husband, and on the other side he writes Mrs. Kada. So then I asked, I said, so if I'm Mrs. Kada, who is Mr. Kada? Apparently, he also got another one for the father and says, he's the Kada and you are the wife because he's the one who is supporting what you're doing.
He's a very clever young man. I've met him before, and so I have no doubt that a lot of thought went into getting you that gift.
And he didn't only end there, Bamusha. I asked an stand, yeah, phone. At filamu ikatirira, I think filamu le ekitabuuka dero bwalaba bwino nga namukwata stand yako natumuwa ekyo oleeteekanye.
He's a clever boy. So are you using the stand now or no?
No, at the moment I've locked myself in the kitchen. I'm not using it.
All right.
I'm just using my usual stand, natural stand, my hands.
Your hand. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Bamusha.
What's
nice to see you.
What stood out for you in 2021?
Bamusha, as my brother Wise said, it was the day when there was an announcement that UPND has won. And on the inauguration day, when I saw HH being sworn in as the president, that actually stood out for me because it was like Zambia is gaining its second independence. It was freedom has come. That's the way I felt. And that really stood out for me.
That's interesting. I was in that audience at Heroes, and
wow,
and exactly what you've mentioned. It was a very interesting time. 2022.
2022. My expectations for 2022, Bamusha, is that we should win as Zambian people. We should unite, and we should reach at a point where our economy will be built to a point that each and every Zambian will be able to benefit to the national cake, and will be able to respect one another. I would really want that even somebody from the rural area should benefit from the national cake, not a selected group of people, Bamusha.
Thank you very much. I hope to see you again before New Year so that we can continue with our reflections on right here on TVBAKWETU. And thank you for subscribing, Himba, to TVBAKWETU and to my page. Earlier I had mentioned that there are several subscribers, and you are one of those subscribers. Would you have a message to anyone who is trying to decide whether they can subscribe or not?
Bamusha, first and foremost, let me say thank you so much to the TVBAKWETU family, and not forgetting you, who's been our mentor. You are a friend. You are a father. Sometimes we toss you center, left, right. You always know how to accommodate us. Some of us, sometimes we go out of way, you still bring us back. And may I say thank you so much for being a good mentor. And TVBAKWETU is not just a TV as people see it. There is more to TVBAKWETU. We are a family. We are a team. we are a school. We learn a lot from each other. It's a group of intellectuals with different expertise, experience, different cultural values, but at one point we meet as TVBAKWETU. And we have a leader who gives us the room to do and explore whatever we want. And if anyone wants to join TVBAKWETU, you want to be a member, you are more than welcome. It's one place where you will not regret joining, but you should be a hardcore. But sometimes turavika na pama hot seat. So you are welcome. You are welcome and would want you to be part of us. Believe me, we are going to embrace you. And not forgetting our brilliant, loving, ever encouraging our viewers. We have very brilliant viewers, very jovial all the time, with very right message. Despite, we much do understand that each of our viewers, they've got their own favorite person, but we like it that they're always with us.
Ati mwema viewers muli bamulomo. Rero paisa mwatemwa. Ati we miss Himba. So apa, I haven't seen Linda. Mwala mfuati. Linda, we miss you, Linda. We all miss Linda, isn't it? And
we all do.
We miss Dr. Barbara Chanda, Dr. Tommy, Dr. Shani.
We love them. And please, Vamusha, may they know that we appreciate whatever comments they write, negative, positive, all the criticism. We love them and we appreciate them. And please let them bear in their mind that we are not leaving them behind. And can we cross with them to 2022, and Merry Christmas to them.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Himba. Najima, are you there?
Hello.
Hello, hello. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too, Doctor. Thank you.
Aren't we seeing your face?
Okay, just a minute.
And so while Najima is doing that, I just want to acknowledge several of our TVBAKWETU family. Andrew Shower, Barbara Chanda, Dr. Barb, Beauty Digan Nyachi Sengu, Keshas Mumba, Catherine Hachi Salach, Pesi Chama, Dr. Tommy Hamaluba, Dr. Jones Kasonso, Mukelabai, Frank Saliki, Gladys Storm, Himba Malambo, Humphrey Siwale, Jerome Kanika, Joanne Mubiana, Kelvin Kafwimbi, big buyers. Kelvin Kafwimbi is a big buyer. Likezo Masua, Linda Banks. Linda Banks, where are you? Mapanza Nkwilimba, Matt, Melissa Kapulu, Mohammed, Momba Mwelwa, Natalie Fransen, Nikki, Noman Chipakupaku, Patrick Chilufya, Tobias, Wiseman, Christabel, Jonathan Mwanza, Shikopa, Andrew Butcher, Emmanuel, Marasa, Maria, Mundia, all of you, Merry Christmas. Najima, how are you doing? Merry Christmas.
Thank you. I'm all right, Doctor. How are you?
Very well. We really appreciate your presence here on TVBAKWETU.
Thank you.
Any hopes for 2022?
I have so many expectations for 2022.
Right.
Especially coming from the village.
All right.
Yes, the rural parts.
Are you in the village?
Yes, I'm in Gwembe.
Oh, right.
Southern.
All right. Okay. And so what are some of the expectations?
I expect our district hospital to be complete. That's my core business.
Right.
Okay. I expect our roads to be worked on because they are terrible.
Yes, indeed.
So many expectations.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Najima, for joining us and telling us your hopes for 2022. This has been a presentation of TVBAKWETU. Elias Munsha here, Najima, Patrick, Mwels, and Nyachi Sengu. We've got to end here. God bless you and God bless our country. We hope to